We are on our way to pick up another car. I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet. It's very local. This is why Gemma is here. She's taking me. Say hello, darling. Hi. She's taking me. It's about 20 minutes away, 25 minutes away. Quite a rare car on the road now. When we get to the car, I'll do a little bit of filming. While I'm driving back, we'll discuss all the issues that's wrong with it. This car is £100. So you couldn't really say no to it, to be honest. It doesn't look too bad, does it? So I'll just have a little quick walk round and then I'm going to knock on the door, because I haven't knocked on the door yet. But yeah, it looks all right. Original number plates. Yeah. Looks all right. Right, let's knock on the door. I've been driving about 10 miles. I didn't film being with the owner. You know, he's an elderly man, well in his 80s. It seemed like he did have all his marbles, but he did repeat himself quite a lot. But really nice guy, an honest guy. The car does have some issues. I checked the MOT history, and I'll put the MOT up here somewhere. Now, it had an MOT at the beginning of November, as you can see, and it failed on a brake light, which is constantly on, so that should just be the brake light switch on the pedal. That should be easy enough to fix. It's got a little bit of welding, there's a little bit on the sill, it's got the emissions with the lambda sensors and things. I'll buy a lambda sensor and see if that solves it. If not, we might need an exhaust. But I did obviously price some of this up. You can actually get an exhaust from sort of the manifold back, so the midsection and the rear section, for just over £100, which isn't too bad at all. I'm sure you'll agree. The brake light switch is about 15 quid. It's due a service as well. So that'll probably be about 50 quid with your oil and bits and pieces like that. But my main concern, in fact there's actually two since I've been driving it, the clutch is definitely on its way out. When you get in your car, when you're driving a manual, your clutch pedal and your brake pedal are sort of level with each other, within reason, within a few millimetres. The clutch pedal on this is so high. It's about 4 inches higher, the pedal, than the brakes. And what actually happens is your foot actually sort of hits the underdash when you're lifting your foot off the clutch, which isn't ideal. So that's quite uncomfortable. The next issue is when I've been slowing down and getting stuck in traffic, the car sounds like, I don't know whether you'd call it hunting or not, but it's sort of going. That's my impression. So I'm not sure what that is. The car is only a 1.6 16 valve, so it hasn't got a lot of go anyway, but there's something that's definitely it is holding back a little bit. But it does drive really nice. It drives quite smoothly. It's a really nice car to drive. Also as well, I said that these are a rarity on the road. Not only is this a saloon, most of them that you see are hatchback. So, I mean, being a saloon in itself is rare. You know, not with it just being a Mark 1 Mondeo. How many do you see? You just don't see them. And this is a proper poverty spec one. I'll put some pictures up because I'm driving at the moment, so I obviously can't show you. I'll put some pictures up. It doesn't even have a rev counter. There's no rev counter, there's no electric windows, they're all wind down windows. I have just had a cigarette and I've wound down the windows, and you could tell these cars weren't meant to be a poverty spec car. Every single one I've been in has had electric windows, the Mark 1s and Mark 2s. And when you're winding down the window, your arm hits on the door card, on like the handle that you close the door with, and the same when you're closing it. But I mean, how rare is this? Just that, you know, a real POV spec car. It's proper rare, but I really like it. Is right, I'm just slowing down for some traffic lights here. So clutch, oh, that's not too bad. So it seems the clutch is worse when you're trying to pull away. When you're changing sort of down gears and changing up gears, when you're slowing down or going faster, it's actually all right. But when you're pulling away, it's not very good. What am I going to do with it? Well, like I said at the start, this cost £100. Or admittedly, I'm probably going to have to put a new clutch in it. I have no idea what that's going to cost. I did try and have a look on Google when I was with the gentleman, and then he was looking for the V5 and whatnot, but I just didn't have any signal, so I couldn't check to see how much a clutch would be for it. I'm expecting it to be a couple £100, and obviously then I've got to either try and fit it myself or pay someone to fit it. Probably give it a go myself. I'll give it a go. But yeah, what we're going to do with it is we're going to tidy it up, and we're going to get it through another MOT, and then we'll sell it on. But before that, now I've had a thought, and I want your opinions on this, guys, okay? Obviously, I've just bought this. This is the very first Mondeo. It's on a K plate, so it would have been one of the first ones out on the first year as well. And we've also got the Carina. Now, the Carina, admittedly, you've only seen the one video on it. We've had a lot going on. Obviously, doing Dale's Escort. We've been doing the green Cortina. Obviously, I bought the Renault 18, so we're doing bits like that. Then, obviously, through the summer, we've got car shows and things. So it's taken a back seat. But I'm thinking, because the Carina is a H plate, so that's a 1991. This will be a either 92 or 93. So there's only 2, maybe 3 years difference between them. I'm thinking, get them both done, both up and running, both MOT'd, and take them on a road trip somewhere and compare them, because they're only a couple of years apart. I think it'll be quite interesting to see what they're like, because in theory, the Mondeo, of course, took over the Sierra. Now, the Sierra was getting quite old hat. Now, the Carina was made while the Sierra was being made. So technically, that would have been its rival, would have been the Sierra. But now, this was all new technology and everything going into the Mondeo. So I think it'll be quite interesting to compare the two cars on a road trip. But let me know what you think, okay? Really interested and whether you'd watch it as well. But that's my plans. But what we're going to do with this car is we're going to fix all the bits and pieces and put it through an MOT, and we'll try and tart it up as well. Another thing that isn't working is the speedometer. So the actual telling you your miles and basically your miles per hour, and also telling you what miles you've done. It doesn't work. It's in fact stuck on the 119,978. If you look on the MOT history, it's been like that since 2021. Now, I did speak to Les and I said, look, do you know roughly how many miles you've done? And he said, since this Speedo broke, all he's done is put 3 tanks of fuel in it. So it just shows you that, pardon the expression, it was a granddad's car. But that isn't working. But what he has got and what he's given with me as well is this digital dash. I'll take a picture of it and put it up on screen. And that's telling me my miles that I'm doing, and it's absolutely spot on. They're the issues with the car. I'm hoping they're going to be quite simple fixes. Obviously the clutch I wasn't expecting, so that's probably going to be a little bit more of a nightmare to do. Not really looking forward to that at all. But the channel is going to be changing slightly, and I'm hoping it's going to be changing for the better for you guys and also for us as well, because we've took on projects, and the problem is, and you saw with the Escort, is we didn't get to finish it for the various reasons that Dale wanted the Cortina and running out of money, and like I said, we're not being paid to do YouTube, so we have to pay for it ourselves, and Dale wanted the Cortina. But we're doing projects, and the projects take so long to do. And, we're only there once every other weekend, or on very rare occasions, we might be there every weekend, and then there'll be a little bit of time off, and things just don't get, because projects take so long. And I have noticed that when you've got maybe more than, let's say more than 2 videos on a car that you're doing, them next videos just don't get the views. People just aren't interested in the projects. What we want to do is basically buy cars that aren't weeks and weeks on end. Really, you want a car that's only going to take a month. I mean, ideally, you really want a car that's only going to take a week. But in reality, that isn't going to happen. I'm not far from home now, getting dark, so I will reconvene and we'll look, because the bloke's actually left a lot of stuff in the car. So we'll reconvene when we get home another day, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. So for you, it'll be about 2 seconds, and for me, it'll be a couple of days. Right, we're a couple of days later now. Let's see if it'll start. Gear. Ooh, first time, brilliant. Right, this is the digital dash that I was telling you about. It does take a couple of seconds, and it eventually goes to 0, and obviously when you pull off it starts doing your miles per hour. There we go, so that's on 0, and obviously when we pull off, it will do your miles per hour. Right, as I said earlier, the guy has left quite a bit of stuff in here, so we're going to go through it, okay? So, first of all, he's left a cushion. In fact, I think he left 2 cushions. There might be one on the back seat as well. We've also got 1, 2, 3 scrapers, and there is also one in the back window there. I don't know if you can see it. So why he needed so many, I don't know. Right, we've got the Skoda keys, because I haven't started that in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to start that up. Also got a comb. Yeah, okay. Right, the radio cover, which goes on here. But what's quite cool, what he's done, if you look, don't know if it's going to come across on camera, he's wrote in what stations are on what, on the FM1, FM2 and the medium wave. Old people are so organised, aren't they? You know, we're just not at all really, are we? Right, everything works. I had this on while we were driving back, because it was quite cold. So that all works. This knob was a little bit, or it is a little bit stiff, but it does work. Yeah, it does work. The clock does work, but the light doesn't. I don't know how I need to look to see how you get these dashboards out, because I want to take the dashboard out and see if it's a nice simple fix on the speedometer. Glove box, what do we got here? We've got a COVID mask. Oh, we've got some sunglasses, some aviator sunglasses. Look at that. Blimey. That is some sort of phone charger, so that's quite handy. Right, we've got the Ford manual. Now, the car didn't come with any form of service history, but hold on, when I was speaking to him, he said there was no service history on it, but I've just seen here, so it says cam belt on the top, fitted in 2004. The mileage was 50,000. It's now done 120 odd thousand. But the service, oh, it has got service history, look. So, it has got service history. It just hasn't got any receipts. So, let's just have a look. 73,000. Okay, what's this? Oh, here we go. Oil filter service. This was done in November last year. Oil filter and service. So it's had a service last year. What's this here? Sorry, I had to put you down there. So it's got Mondeo records, and it's got the mileage and stuff of what it costs as well. So it goes from 2002 all the way down to 2014. Now, I just said about the cam. Oh, 2017. Look. No, is that? Yeah, 2017. Oh, hold on a minute. No, that was 2017, not 2014. So in 2017, I had a cam belt on a service at 107,000 miles. So I haven't got to worry about the cam belt. So that is excellent news. Right, let me just turn the car off. Yeah, that's brilliant news. So I haven't got to worry about that. He's even who he's insured with as well. That's quite cool. Right, that's the service history stuff. I'll put that back in a minute. Right, what else have we got here? In the door card, we've got car air freshener. What does it smell like? Oh, let me spray in the car, be better. Oh, it smells quite nice. It doesn't actually tell you a scent, it just says pleasant fresh aroma, and it is a pleasant fresh aroma. We've got a couple of cloths in here, and what's this contraption? Look at the wind down windows, look. Unheard of. Right, I don't know what this is. It looks like some sort of knife of some sort. Right, I don't know what that is. Right, what's in that side? Just a cloth. That's all there's in there, just a cloth. We've got some mats. We've got like a, I mean, these are just squares, so obviously not for it, but they're like a waffle mat. Right, let's go into the back. Let's go into the boot. Okay. We've got a car cover. We've got the windscreen thingamajiggy. Oh, we've got some petrol. Could use them for jumper cables. I don't know whether they'd be man enough. Mind you, it's only a 1.6, so it could be. We've got some oil, and it does need a bit of oil as well. It was on the minimum. And we've got some screen wash, nearly a full bottle. One glove. I think that's for the spare wheel. Brace. Another brace. Oh look, 2 more scrapers. What else we got in here? Oh, we've got a cleaning mitt. Just get out of the sun here. We've got a cleaning mitt, and we've got roof racks. Now, these go up here. Obviously they go up here, and there's some holes somewhere here. But yeah, there we go. Look, can you see them holes? I might put them on just for giggles. So we've got roof racks. We got a lot given with it. Got a lot given to us with this car, so it's well worth £100. Definitely. All right, what have we got in here? I'm assuming he's just used that and he just puts that on the screen, maybe. I don't know. Right, there's a bag of goodies here. We'll go through that in a second. We've got the jack, which should obviously be in the footwell, and we've got towing. We've got the towing bars there. I'll tell you what, they're worth some money on their own as well. They're a little bit damp, admittedly. Right, what have we got in here? We've got some assortment of tools. So, wrench. Oh, look at that tiny little hammer. That's cool. Selection of spanners. Are they mixture? Yeah, so we've got a mixture of imperial and metric. So that will help with certain things. We've got 2 of them. Look. We've also got bungee cord. Yeah, just spanners. We've got part of a wire brush and a Phillips screwdriver. Okay. I'll tell you what he's left. I don't know whether he meant to leave the stuff in here, to be honest. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff with it, haven't we? I'll show you, because I didn't show. Oh, it's also got a tow bar. Now, I know what you're thinking, that a 1.6 towing isn't going to be very good, and you are right. But when I spoke to Les, he said he's never towed a caravan with it. All he had was a little trailer, and he used to do tip runs and things like that. Right, let's open the bonnet. Open the bonnet, we'll see. I have noticed here, and he did tell me actually, he put the car in the garage and he caught it, and it's moved the bumper out. Can you see that? Also, the grille sits, can you see the bonnet? I know I've flicked the bonnet up, but there's, this grille isn't in line. The bumper's got some scratchy, it's got some cracks here, look. I mean, to be fair, these bumpers were much better than the Mark II bumpers because they were like made out of eggshells. So, the little clip is broken that holds the thing. So he put a little bit of polystyrene and he's taped it so it rests on there and doesn't fall down. 1.6, as you can see. Nice and clean, no mayonnaise. Coolant's a touch low. I might just top that up with water. It's definitely coolant in it because it's the reddy colour, as you can see. The brake fluid has definitely got some in. I did check all this. Before, obviously I took the car away, but at £100, I think I was always buying it anyway, wasn't I? Then you've got power steering fluid. That will all work, so I'm not even going to bother checking that. Like I say, the cam belt was changed, so that's going to be in here somewhere. Yeah. Quite happy with this. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. Right, let's just start it up again. Now it's not doing it at the moment. There's a tiny little rattle. It sounds like tin rattling, so I'm hoping that's what it is, but it doesn't do it on every startup, so I'm not entirely sure. But until I get the car on the ramp, I'm not gonna know. Let's give it a little rev. There you go. Can you hear it? So yeah, it's got a little, right, we're just going to leave that running for a second. Where have I put the Skoda keys? Right, let's just see if the Skoda starts. Now this hasn't been started for a couple of weeks since we did the service on it. So, oh, why is the window wipers on? Right. Oh, first time as well. Look at that. Brilliant, love it. If you look in this one, is it going to come across? Can you see the clutch pedal and the brake pedal pretty much in line? Definitely not. Oh, I didn't put the mat in properly. Cover the accelerator pedal. Right, I'm going to leave these running. Leave them running for a couple of minutes. What I would like to do, oh, here's Mika. Hey baby, good gal. Right, the air freshener. Right, let's open this up. It's probably going to be a little bit difficult one, and okay. Oh. There we go. So, I already spoke earlier in the video about what we're going to do with this car. Let me know your thoughts on it, because I'll be quite interested to know what you guys think. Surely this has got to be the cheapest Mark I Mondeo in Britain or anywhere, to be honest. £100, and can you see the fuel gauge? Near in between, so what we got there, a third of a tank. I mean, it's worth that anyway, isn't it? It's got to be. So if you think that would probably cost about what, £30, maybe £40. So in essence, got this car for £60, £70 maybe. Plus, when you think about everything what's in the back, the roof racks, the tools, you've got oil in there, the screen wash. You know, this I'll probably. I mean, I don't even know what them roof racks would be worth. Obviously, whether they'd fit other vehicles, I don't know, unless they're very specific for the Mondeo. But I mean, they've got to be 30 quid, maybe? I don't know, I'll have to have a look and see what they might be worth. But I'm incredibly happy with this car. I'm not saying it starts first time. I'm not even going to disconnect the battery. I'm just going to keep coming out and starting every couple of weeks. Just leave it running. Same with the Skoda as well. But what I am looking forward to is getting this car done, getting the Carina done as well, and taking them both on a road trip. Obviously, the first road trip is going to be with the Skoda. That's going to be the first one. Once that's done, the Skoda will either be sold, broken for bits, or scrapped. We'll see. If the Skoda does really well on that challenge, then it might be a nice cheap car for someone just to get about in, just a bit of a smoker. But we'll see. But then we'll do this. Isn't going to be a quick. I said that we didn't want to do loads of big projects. It isn't a massive project, but I'm not going to be able to get to it until the new year, because obviously we've got some other bits and pieces that we're doing. This week, or yesterday, myself and Dale mainly, we changed an engine in a 1.3 Taunus, which is a left-hand drive Cortina Mark V, and put a 2 litre in it. While Dale was doing that, I was welding on some wing rails, and we've got a bit of work to do on that over the next couple of weeks, and that's a paying guy, so we can't turn that sort of stuff down. I'm not going to be recording all the stuff that's sort of paid work, if you like, because it's a little bit boring. Also, we need to get it finished as well. Then of course we've got the Fiesta that we're going to do. Again, like I said, we're not going to be doing loads of different videos on it. We'll record some of it and we'll time lapse a lot of it, and you'll see that. Once they're done, we'll get the Mondeo in. I need to speak to someone about the Carina, see if someone will come down and just test everything and see which part has failed, which is why the car is taking so long to start and why it's idling really high. Because if we can get that fixed, all it is then on that is just doing the arch, spraying that, getting it up in the air, making sure there isn't a massive amount of welding underneath, because again, we still haven't lifted the Carina either, because we haven't got a ramp at the moment. So we need to do that. We'll underseal it, we'll service that, make sure that's all right, and then we're going to take these cars on a road trip somewhere. Andy kindly offered to drive one of them, or which will be both of them technically, because obviously we'll switch cars when we're driving. Where would you like to see us go? We've got thoughts of maybe going over to Scotland. I can't remember exactly where it is, Andy said about, but there's a cafe there somewhere, and it's all sort of relevant to vehicles, motorbikes, nice bikes, cars and things like that. Can't remember what it's called. I'll put it up here somewhere. But if you've got a better destination for us that you can think of, let us know, and we'll do it. I mean, this car's been running now for about 10 minutes. Temperature's all fine. Everything's really good with it. It's not smoking. In fact, let's go and have a look. Minimal smoke. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It's £100. £100. I can't believe it. We're going to get a machine polisher. I think I've actually got a polisher, but I might not have the pads, and obviously the liquid stuff that you use. But for £100, this is a really good car for me to practice on and do bits, because obviously Dale knows his stuff with Cortinas and everything else, but he is getting a little bit fed up of working on cars. So I don't blame him getting fed up on working on cars, and especially when he's coming over every weekend or every other weekend. He's got kids as well. It's getting difficult, and we're getting older as well. So I don't want to keep relying on Dale for everything. I want to be able to try and do things myself. And that's where the channel is going to be changing ever so slightly, because we've also got an opportunity of moving out of the bunker and into the barn with Ollie, the other side. If that's a goer, then I'm going to get myself a ramp, 2-post lift, and that'll make life a lot easier to do things, because obviously Ollie's busy as well. He's got his private stuff and whatnot, so his ramp isn't always available for us to do. And also, if I ran into problems with this, or I ordered the wrong parts and it couldn't come off the ramp, it means that Ollie's going to be stuck as well. So if we can do that, I mean, Michelle the landlady, as you've probably seen on the channel. At the moment, she's putting a mezzanine in to get rid of some of the stuff that's down there. And when that's all done and cleared out, then, like I said, we've got the opportunity to move in there. And that's where the channel will be changing as well. I mentioned earlier that the channel's going to be changing. We're not going to be doing massive projects. And that's how we're going to do it. And also as well, it's a good opportunity to maybe start up a little business from it as well, doing, you know, basically doing cars like this, and getting them in and getting them out fast and selling them on. We're never going to make, you know, thousands of pounds on doing it, but if we can make a little bit of money and put it in a pocket and keep cars on the road, these sort of cars on the road, then it's got to be a bonus, hasn't it? So let me know what you think, guys. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and give us a like. It doesn't cost anything, but it really helps us out. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.